Little fix. Hello. Still a little skew, but it's better. We'll see. Sorry, YouTube, you're a little angle today. Not sure about that. So getting yourself set up, mat, blanket, strap. I have to take my glasses off because otherwise I can see how many people are watching. And then what you see is how many people come in, check out what we're doing, and then leave again. And the numbers go up and down. And it is such a roller coaster that this way, I can't tell how many people are coming, but I can tell that it's working. I can tell what I'm doing. Just got to trick yourself, man. I am here because I benefit so profoundly from this practice that I never want to live without it. And so if it's me and one person, if it's just me, I know that I benefit. And if I benefit, everyone I interact with benefits. And that's a reason to show up. And so if that number was 0, I would be here. We show up. So welcome. I have 2 questions on deck that have come in. One about the shoulders and one about the bandhas. So Naomi is finding, so some of you are finding that this activation of the pelvis, that really the pelvic floor is so connected to the inner thigh, to the back of the hip. The lower abdomen starts at the sacrum and wraps around, that we have this fantastic, when you see people who carry boxes or weightlifters and they have a weight belt on and they're keeping that whole base of their spine safe to handle more weight. So imagine that we're handling more emotional weight right now. And for some of us, gathering the navel, the low belly into the body is a way of stabilizing ourselves. Terry, I got it. Yes, you can feel that A, right? And stabilizing the A makes it easier in the arms. That's coming from here. However, for some of us, lifting the pelvic floor, really gathering into Mula Bandha, especially for women, this can create a lot of tension. And that tension is then what we're activating. So whenever we're doing something that's increasing the energetic field that surrounds us and then creating a current and a conduit from that greater charge into ourselves, our prana is increased, our sort of life force is larger. And life force is very similar to electricity. You can plug in your phone charger, which helps your phone, but if you stick a fork in, then the fork is going to conduct electricity through you. And it's not the fault of the electricity. Right? It's what we plugged in. So I don't want you to plug in tension. If when you gather Mula Bandha, if when you lift the pelvic floor, that creates a real kind of instability for you, I want you to keep it soft and start so kindly just by pausing the breath. In late May, I built a workshop yesterday for us to get into this so that we can really find, but I'll get into it. I'll tell you about this when we get into May, but that way we can all begin to sort of flush out the imprints of the low body so that we can clear and use the pelvis and use the energy of the pelvic floor more clearly. For now, here's where we're going. If this is useful, building structure, holding, gathering, and that gives you a real integration, that gives you power right now, that's a great thing to do. If when you start to hold your breath, lift the pelvic floor, and it creates just a real charge and a sense of tension, I want you to soften. Both are exquisite. Both are necessary. Some people that can really hold, they can never let go. That's unfortunate. Because when we let go, it just streams into us. But if we're always streaming, we can get a little depleted, and we need to gather ourselves up. Right? The second is in the shoulders, and I will speak to it when we're already in. It's awesome sending me your questions. Sometimes I don't reply on Facebook because my life is a little bit of an avalanche right now when we do this in the schooling and the wada. So, but I read everything that's there, and then I build it in, like today. Thank you, Naomi, for your questions. Thank you, Terry, for your comments. Thank you for your experiences. Yes, I'll replay it later, but I need you to order a special prop. It's about, I think it's $12, so we need enough time for that, for everybody to bring it in. Details will follow. Hop on my website, get on the newsletter. That's the best way for me to reach you consistently, right? Well, only if you open it. Heart high, eyes closed. Let's start. Let's go differently today. Keep your hands moving. Incantation, an invocation, an initiation. Whisper it with me. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev. Keep it going. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to everything outside of me, guiding me, healing me, holding me. I bow to everything inside of me, wise and unwise, known and unknown. Outside and in, I am held and blessed. Go 5, 4. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. It may be so. Can feel you. All right, playlist, East London Street. Set it up, hit start, and we come to stand. And I will try to bring us in, finished at 1. Standing tall, feet are wide, and swing your heels side to side. Day 24, if you know where you're going, you go. You need less instruction from me, and it's more of an opportunity to begin to feel, the day builds layers upon us, and those layers exist in our joints and in our connective tissue and in our muscles. And in these sweeping motions, we're clearing them out. Find the clean angle of your hip. And maybe you have years caked over your hip. Start to find your breathing. Exhale, 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 exhale. Start to get a little more command from your hip to your heel. Set your gaze on one point. Let's go. 5. Exhale. 4. Exhale. Settle in. 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. And 1. Hands wide, feet wide, soft knees. Right hand, light foot. Inhale, open. Left hand, right foot. Exhale. Inhale, open. Eyes closed if you can. Shaking the dust of the morning off of the back of the spine, wringing your breakfast through your body, helping your liver, helping your gallbladder. Starting to build a bit of a smile. Lifting your mouth corners, bring that smile into your body. This is the present moment, taking the emotion out of your gut, taking the emotion out of your breath, and starting clean right here. 1 more each side. Fold down, rise up, fold down, stand tall. Right elbow, left knee. Exhale, 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 exhale. That you're opening and closing your abdomen. Starting to flush the breath, right? So we started in the feet and in the legs and in the hips. We went into the abdomen, we're coming into the ribs, and the heart is moving harder. The blood is moving faster. 1 more to change. Left elbow, right knee. Bring the breath higher into your upper back, under the collarbones, into the sides of your ribs. 2, 1, and bring it in. Forgive me, these pants need to be cut off. Heel of your right foot down. Right knee rises, right knee wide, and the tip of your right toe behind you. Hips stay square. Heel up, knee up, bring it in. Heel down. Inhale, up and open. And exhale, knee up and heel to the floor. Inhale. And exhale. One more we go. And exhale. Change sides. Heel, knee, around, and down. Bring your heel up, your knee up, around, and down. That we become so graceful that at the beginning of the practice, I was not nearly so steady in one foot. Go one more. And that steadiness is what gives us grace and better reflex to change. Feet down. Find your strap. The strap goes behind you, hip distance. Your palms face back, palms face away. So which means you're rolling your upper arms back, your heart forward, your heels down. Then holding your strap, your palms face each other, knuckles down. So I've rotated my upper arms back, my shoulders down, my shoulder joint is safe. Knee bends, tail back, hands up as you can, hands overhead. So your palms face each other. Hands down, sit down, inhale, heart up. Exhale, sit down and fold over. Inhale, hips up, feet down. And sit down, open your elbows, stand tall. And sit down. If you need a wider strap, widen your strap, but your hands are never going further toward the floor than your shoulders. And your hands come down and you sit up tall. Go one more time. Sit down. Fold it over. Stay. Palms face each other, hips side to side, ribs side to side, shoulders side to side. So Monkwe, maybe this starts to answer your question about the shoulders. Keep your palms facing one another. The pinky edge of your hand is up. Your heels are down. The backs of your knees are opening. And your hands come down. Your seat comes down. And your legs go long. As you lie onto your back, hands wide. Left knee is bent. Left foot flat. Right leg out. A step to the right. So about 30 degrees. And then right heel high. Inhale up. And exhale down. Close your eyes. Settle. Again, if it makes a click in your hip, you're going to put a little bend in your knee. And I want you to turn your right heel in toward the center line, which means your right knee turns out so slightly, as though you were going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. And you work there until you build up the strength of your right hip and all the connective tissue around that joint, so that it holds the femur head into the joint. And eventually you have a straight leg and go 3 and go 2. And it's these movements each day that will build up that strength and build health. Right knee into your chest. There we go. Interlace your fingers over your right shin, bring it close. Left leg goes long, take it out. Oh, soften, drop in, and let your whole body just drop open. Flex your feet, roll your toes. Bend your left knee, left foot flat. Right side half happy baby, hand behind your thigh. Outer shin, outer ankle, outer foot, bring it down. Left hand on your left thigh, pressing away. Press away. Press away. Bring your breath into the backs of your lungs and let your shoulders be broad. Let your pelvis be broad. Right leg is long, shake out your foot, shake out your knee, and put your right foot flat. Hands wide, left foot straight out, a step left, up into the center and down. Inhale up, exhale down, a slight bend in your knee if you need it. 2. And for 1, bending your left knee into your shin, interlace your fingers and stay. So we warm the hip, creating mobility, then we crease the hip, creating that fold. Extend your right leg, flex both feet, open from the center, the arch of your foot into your heel and into your toes. Open from the center of the back of your right knee towards your heel and towards your hip. Open the front of your right hip towards your heel and towards your head. Fold. Right knee bends, foot flat, half happy baby. So left hand behind your thigh, outer ankle, outer foot. Bring your left knee down. Right hand on your right thigh, press away. Left knee down, broaden your low back. Broaden your upper back. Left heel is over your left knee as you can. Let hips drifting over your knee. And then left leg long, shake it out, side to side, knee up and down. Bring your knees to your chest and roll all the way up. Sitting on your bolster, heels go wide. And begin to sweep it out side to side. If knees are bent, the knees are bent. That's all right. Oh, finding the outer hip, finding the outer chest, finding the outer shoulder. If it's very small, be absolutely good with very small, because if your movement is very small and you're fighting that, it's like, I want you to become a little more willing. Not willing to go further, but willing to be stuck and stiff. Just willing and loving. I am this. And today, this is what I'm capable of doing. And this slight movement is so much more important than not moving. So come, my loves, let it be all the different shapes and sizes that we have. Sit up tall, fingertips inside your inner thighs, heart comes forward, heels go long. There are so many practitioners whose practices are more beautiful than mine. On the outside, Brooke, Jyoti, she humbles me. It's gorgeous. But my practice is actually on the inside. And no one actually gets to see it, except in every single conversation we share. That's where your practice shows up. Cross your legs, sit up tall. The outside isn't where it's at. So don't get stuck on it. Ready? Left hand behind your head. Just double check. We are at antidote. We start here. Right hand wide. Put your thumb into your palm. Put your fingers over your thumb. Begin a soft back circle. Any shoulder injuries, take your fist lower than your shoulder joint. Backward circle like backstroke in a pool. More familiar, begin to straighten your arms. Square your hips. Square your shoulders, heart up, chin in. This is where the kriya starts. This is where our attention begins to focus. Long, smooth, inhale, exhale. Heart lightly up, chin lightly in, keeping the back of your neck open. And if you choose the slightest gathering of Mula Bandha, the root lock, pelvic floor gathers. For me, it's a sensation of my outer hips gathering towards my navel. It's just this light support in the base of my body. And that light support lets my spine become longer, and it lets my shoulders become softer. So if it creates tension, don't worry about it. It's not in the pelvic floor, it's in the integration. Outer hips, lower abdomen, just a gathering. Long, smooth breathing, and then just steady in. and stay supple. And maybe it makes you crazy, and in that it makes you aggressive. And if so, want it to be even softer and the hint of a smile. So that idea that we're plugging ourselves into a socket, what are you turning on? If you're turning on aggression, we need to shake that out, soften your face, soften your approach, and come back in with an intention to soften your graces. I am listening. Changing sides, right hand behind your head, left hand wide. Thumb to the palm, reverse circle. The space of the throat, we think of the words we speak and the way we speak them, but this energy is also the way we hear. When this energy is out of balance, we are over-talkative, overbearing, very in your face. We all know somebody or some moment in our lives when this has been true for us. So sit down, anchor yourself in the quiet of the ground, heart up, chin in, rise into the inspiration around you. Say what you're here to say, and then listen more clearly. What's really being said? What are you truly saying to yourself? And if you were to say, I am a beautiful being of light, is there anything in your hearing that gets in the way? He says, no. All right, let's melt it down. 3, 2. 2 hands up high, bring it up. Inhale and add 3 sips. The chest is full, the heart is high, the collarbones are high. The chin comes in, now you lift the pelvic floor. Without gripping, just gathering in and up, you just pause, letting it integrate to the center line, and then release the pelvis, release the chest, and bring it down. So that is an intensification of the energy we're making. If it's too much, we don't do it. If it helps to stabilize you, you begin to add it, but kindly. No grabbing the energy by the collar. Palms face you, slide down, let's go. Clear the way. Long, smooth breathing. Palms sliding down in front of you. And as we claim our energy at the 5th center, as we clean out what we have to say and how we hear, we begin to hear in other people that their words may be a bit muddled too, and that their hearing might be a bit muddled too. And we hear in that not judgment, but I do that. We help and we answer the question perhaps they aren't saying. And when I can start to see that in an email that comes at me that is vociferous or frustrated, and I look and I say, oh, I am sorry, because these words are not about me. That is great freedom. And I can reply with great grace and say, you are uncomfortable. How can I help? Instead of defending. So the true energy at the throat and through the shoulders and out your hands becomes harmony. Clear your voice. Clear your hearing. Harmony. Shoulders are rolling. Elbows are rolling. You are loosening these joints, these places of flexion that can get jammed up, closed, or limited. Just let it through. 3, 2, bring your hands up high on your inhale. 3 more sips, take it up. Fill your collarbones, tuck your chin, jawline hard at the throat, lift the pelvic floor, stabilize it all, a pillar of light. Release the seat, the chin, hands widen. If you are new, shake it out. If you are not, hands wide, fold at the wrists. So as we went wide, we went from here to here. See how my shoulders are down, my shoulders are down, my shoulders are down. We start. Everything I've built is holding me where I land. Heart up, chin lightly in, a little engagement through the low belly. Come on Saturday. Hey, it's tomorrow. Come tomorrow. We'll work building a clearer seat, opening through the chest. The vinyasa I offer is to continue to inform and organize the shapes of our Kundalini. It's really important to add asana because the asana is the architecture. And the Kundalini is the energy that runs through the architecture. So if you have a lousy building and you put a lot of watts through it, your microwave is going to catch on fire. And you're going to blame the electricity. But if you build a good structure, you can handle a lot more. So if it's not my asana, that's not necessary, but get some asana in there. A simple dog, a simple triangle, some steady grounding poses. Open your hips and lengthen your spine. Let's go. Eyes closed. Long, steady breathing. What are you feeding? What are you saying right now? I am this. I am this challenge and I am this response. I am this harmony. Can you be at ease? If you need to, bend your elbows, shake it out. Out of the neck, out of the jaw. One more. Hands up high. Shoulders low. Inhale, add 3 sips, go. Heart up, chin in, sit down, tail a little bit back. Heart a little bit up. Pelvic floor lifts and releases. Chin up and down. Eyes closed. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, the great self that exists within you, that knows you. I am this. You come to stand. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Start in your heels and let the arch of your foot open so that there's length through your toes. Right? A little bend in the knees, wag the toe. And your hands, palms face down. Bring your fingers together. Nice and flat. You're one organized piece, finger to elbow. And then you begin to breathe and inhale as the left rises and exhale as the right falls. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. In and out through the nose. Closing your eyes, maybe the arms begin to straighten. So if we're loose in the legs and the spine, and our toes are tight, and our shoulders are tight, this is a wreck, and it hurts, and it's difficult, and we can't stay focused. So I want you to land in your heels, be long in your toes, be tall in your heart. And from your heart into your heels is your foundation. Your spine is steady. Your hips are the crossbar. So you've built an A from heel to heart to heel and across at the hips. Now let your arms move from that A, heart up, chin lightly in. In, out, in, out, in, out. It's not big. It doesn't need to be big. Three, two, one. Inhale, bring it up, and then shake it down. I want you to think about the first time that you did that this month, even if it was today. If it was today, you did it, you went through. Think about the first time when you started, how it seemed impossible, how it made Emily cranky. Look what you've made. What was impossible and very dramatic and lots of emotional response, you made power, calm, and great good. That's the practice of Kundalini. To your seat now. It is a stabilizing force. It makes more of what is brilliant about you available. So if it's throwing you off, what that's indicating is already an imbalance. So we just address that imbalance, but it should be about stability. Palms open, seat down, fingers together. Heart up, chin in, stabilize, and arms wide. And arms wider, and eyes closed. Heart up, chin in, seat steady, light mula bandha, light engagement of the pelvis and the low abdomen if you choose. And long, smooth breathing, eyes closed. You are stable, but you are not static, right? You're not frozen. You are wildly alive. Back of your neck is wide. So still. And on your exhalation, your elbows bend, your hands descend. And you pause. Shake out your hand. Make fists. And the fists go up. Point your first fingers up, and then a fist. Middle finger and a fist. Ring finger, shoulders down, pinky, and close. So one finger at a time. You are reaching from your shoulder to your fingertip. You're reaching from your navel, to your fingertip, and you're reaching from your navel down into the seat. Pointing, fist, pointing, fist. Keep moving through your fingers. Keep moving through your fingers. As you get better at this, what you're doing is you're relieving all the muscular tension in your hands and in your forearms, and the way that the hands and the forearms translate to the back of your neck, the trapezius muscles from the sides of your neck down to your shoulder joints. Get up, get up, get up. One more. And shake it down. You carrying your phone around all day and you're like, right? Get it out of your hands and get it down onto your belly. Let's go. Opening your blanket, build yourself some support. Build yourself some support. If you're pregnant and belly down isn't appropriate for you, I want you to go into a wide-kneed cat-cow slowly, just in case. And then walk your thighs back if you're belly down. Thighs walk back. Hands are down beside your ribs, elbows in. Point your toes, lift your feet, and then widening your legs. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, open. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, open, straightening your legs. Exhale, rinse it out, bringing your elbows towards each other. Your feet getting straighter, zipping the heels, the inner knees, the inner thighs. Bring it together. Go one more. Such a great action, zap. And then feet down, hands up, whisper of ha. If you're on your cycle, long, smooth breathing. Rolling down, rolling up. Keep the breath, close your mouth, out your nose. Legs are strong, and from the soles of your feet, you are rising, using the muscles along the sides of your spine. The back of your neck is long because your chin is lightly in, and you are lengthening up out of the navel and rolling through the front surface of your body. Roll down through the belly and the chest, roll up through the heart, and you're massaging all the inner organs along the way. Roll it down and pause. Cross your forearms. Put your forehead on your forearms. Let your hips move. Walk your elbows further forward. Walk your thighs further back and open the underside of this pose. Whew. Knees bend, feet go side to side. Let it wash out. And then the feet down, and you walk yourself back. Bring your knees together. Unless you're pregnant, then knees wide. Inner feet touch, and walk your hips to your heels. Come onto your fingertips. Drop your head. Fingertips down into the blanket and press away. Rising up. Fold your blanket. And fold it again, building your seat. Hands on thighs. Eyes closed. The front body is bright soft. Your back body is strong and broad, heart up, chin lightly in, seated. Sitali breath, continue to quiet further and further in, tip of your tongue. Bring your tongue halfway out, rolling the sides into a tube. Breathe in through that tube and out through the nose. Long, steady breathing. If you can't roll your tongue into a tube, you put the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth. You breathe in through your cheeks. Give it all your attention. A minute and a half right here. So steady. Releasing the technique. Normal breathing. Eyes closed. Stay quiet. With your eyes closed, legs long, shake them out. With your eyes closed, shake your feet and your knees. Either rebuilding cross legs or sit on a chair at the edge of a couch, feet flat. And your cross legs sit right in the middle of your blanket, your bolster, hands on thighs. Start a circle in your seats. Inhale across the front, exhale across the back. So in this circle, John, you asked, how can I build the muscles that hold my femur head into my hip? And then also, how can I develop a better root block? And for me, what we're doing right now, if I drive from the muscles of my low abdomen, my hips, my seat, if I float my hands and I simply drive from everything that lives just behind and below my navel, I am building a lot of muscle, a lot of tone, a lot of possibility. So from this circle, heart up, chin in, be tall. And perhaps as you're tall, and if you want to float your hands, you can start to feel how much work is necessary and how much coordination is necessary to go from one side to the other side, to the front and to the back. You're building a very base quality of dexterity. And let it reverse. But again, if you are new to this, and especially if there's a lot of emotion caught in your body, you need to just start to find some fluidity. Giving yourself permission to move without so many instructions. To simply be content in yourself is what's going to allow the initial stages of this practice to come through. So start loosely. And when there's clarity, then it begins to gather. Then you can float your hands. Then you can steer from that real sense of yourself that is unshakable. Go there. Go there. But no tension. It's still pliable. It's just mighty as well. Sit up tall. Turn your hands into little hooks. Hands face forward, little circles. Roll through the shoulders, roll through the elbows. Out of the back of the neck. Let your shoulder blades move. Let your jaw move. All the ways in which the back body can hold the front body shut. All the ways in which this is connected to your diaphragm, to the intercostal muscles that go along the inner ribs. Feel that you could get a little bit unstuck. And if this is a place where you cry, then you cry. If there's a place in the practice where you encounter tears and a sense of unpacking or a sense of being dismantled, I want you to get into that space a little at a time, and as it feels safe, cry in that spot. And what you'll find is you'll cry in that spot and it will pass. And every time you come into it, it'll be different. And eventually it won't be crying. Or if you're really lucky, that same place, reverse, you will cry. Because if there was a place where you could just come and dump all your tears and despair, then you wouldn't have to dump it on your family. Then you wouldn't have to dump it on your own perspective of yourself. So come and cry. And it comes through. And we feel it, and it is finished, and it is out of us. And we return to harmony. Okay? You are a living, loving, despairing, grieving, and joyous being. There's a lot to being a human. Let it be so. Big breath. Hands up. And out and down. And out and down and out and down and out and down, and legs go out. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees, and set your hands behind you as you are ready. Oh, I lost it. Hands behind you. So a little bit side to side, opening the fronts of your shoulders. A little bit forward and back, opening the palms of your hands, getting the spine ready, elbows towards each other. And then legs go long, one knee up, one knee down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you need to, you make it smaller. You can just come up. Instead of coming towards your chest, it just lifts up off the floor. As you're ready, your heel comes up. Close your eyes, settle in. 3, 2, 1, and set it down and come upright. But you feel that's what you're building, right? If you can keep it out of your hip flexors, you're going to sit it up tall. Now, again, set up your strap. Same thing. Ready, monkey? We're going, sit in the middle. Your hands are hip distance apart. Your palms start by facing back. And when we do, there's a temptation here to be rolling forward, which is not going to help. So roll your upper arm back to bring your chest forward. Now my knuckles go down and my palms face each other. My heels are forward to catch me, and I come up. Folding and rising. That could be enough. Or as you fold, your hands come up. If it's too much to turn your palms to face each other, then your palms may face away from each other. But if facing away puts a strain on the front of your shoulder, then you turn your palms to face each other. All of which is designed to keep your shoulders safe. If it's too much for you, hold opposite elbows and just fold and rise. Right? Great questions. Great questions. Your body is not failing you, and you are not failing the practice. We each have different experiences in our system, in our biology, in our bones, and in our joints, and so respect that. And a little at a time, you can build alignment, but not all at once. That builds injury sometimes. Take care of yourself, ask great questions, and we go. Soften it, keep it going. Soften your hip flexors, soften your outer knees, soften your face. If it's too much, keep your hands at your hips. For 3, for 2, and sit tall. Hands on your thighs, and pause. Make any change to your seat that you need. We start here. Feeling that you are neither leaning forward and you are not leaning back. You are finding the space just in between. And if you can't find it, go a little forward. Feel it off balance. Go a little back. Feel it off balance. And then find exactly in between. And bring your hands into fists. Put your thumbs up. Heels of your hands touch. Knuckles touch. The knuckles of your thumbs touch. Heart up, chin lightly in. As you look at your thumb knuckles, like you're looking right down the end of your nose. Close your eyes right there. Removing self-criticism, self-animosity, clearing how we hear, clearing how we speak to ourselves. In the nose, out the mouth, in the mouth, out the nose, in nose, out mouth, in mouth, out nose, in nose, out mouth, in mouth, out nose, in nose. That's your pattern. Keep it going. Out mouth, in mouth, out nose, in nose. Just a little more. Finish this round. And then your hands descend and your body is quiet, feeling what you've made. Unfolding to let your legs go long. Your body at complete rest. Allowing your breathing to be full, to be loose. A little shake through the legs as you need it, a lift of the heart, a tuck of the shoulders under the body. The front is open, the back is supportive. And let your breathing drop down to land in your abdomen. Letting your eyelids be a little heavier and a little softer. Letting your upper and lower teeth separate and your lips soften. Your tongue widens. Without moving the body, you feel the sensation of a smile. Feel the sensation of a smile around your eyes. The sensation of a smile around your mouth, but it doesn't show. Just a little bit of buoyancy, a little fragility, a little kind smile. The sensation of it. And breathe it down into your lungs. Out through the arms and the legs. A hint of a smile. Your hands go overhead, reaching up. Shake out your feet. Walking your feet in, bring your palms together. Rub your palms, lift your feet, rub your feet. Knees a little side to side. Bring it all the way up. Find your seat. Sweep wide, reach tall. Inhale. Eye palms together down the center. Inhale up and down the middle. Last time we go. And down the middle. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, center. I am this, Satnam, this great self. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Perhaps I will see you tomorrow morning for Vinyasa. And our next Kundalini will be on Sunday morning from 8 to 9. And after that, I'll have just a quick 15 minutes for a little more in-depth. So if you like the little conversation at the beginning of class, then that's a great time. I'll remind you on Sunday, just letting you know that it will be going on. And then next Friday is our first day of May. The playlist for May is up on my Spotify. You can take a look. And if you use Spotify, awesome, download it. And if you don't use Spotify, follow the link on the website, find that list, and then just copy that playlist, rebuild it in whatever platform you stream your music in. Because the music really does make a difference, and you will want the music for May. Sit down.